Ever find yourself scrolling through like someone's super detailed workout log and you're like, okay, but like what's the point of tracking all of this? Well, this week's deep dive might just change your mind.
Yeah.
We're diving deep into the world of marathon training. Week
Okay.
2, to be precise.
Okay.
But trust me, the insights we're pulling out are for anyone who's ever set like a big, audacious goal.
Absolutely. This isn't just about logging miles,
Yeah.
It's about building a foundation. It's about those early steps we take towards any goal that really set the tone for the whole journey.
That's such a good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're digging into a blog post from this runner,
Okay.
almost like a training journal entry.
I like it.
And right off the bat, they're hitting us with a
Hit me.
challenging but rewarding, their words not mine, interval run on Sunday.
Great.
2 minutes on, 1 minute off.
Wow.
And this is only week 2.
Yeah.
Is this how all marathon training starts?
Yeah.
Just like throwing you right into the deep end?
Well, I mean, you could say that. I think strategically placing those interval workouts early on, it's all about adaptation. They're shocking the system a bit, pushing your boundaries early on so your body starts to realize, hey, we can handle more than we thought. It's like laying down the groundwork for those bigger challenges to come.
And that challenging but rewarding feeling,
Yeah.
I bet a lot of us can relate to that.
Oh, for sure.
Even if it's not tied to like physical exertion.
Yeah.
That sense of pushing yourself and realizing you're capable of more,
Right.
that's powerful stuff.
It is, absolutely. It's about building that resilience, that mental toughness that translates to any goal you're chasing, whether it's running a marathon or tackling a big project at work.
Okay, so after that intense Sunday,
Yeah.
you'd think a rest day is in order.
Yeah, totally.
But no. This runner follows it up with a 5.5-kilometer recovery run.
Okay.
Okay, I have to ask, is that anyone else's idea of relaxing or is it just me?
It definitely depends on your relationship with running, but here's the thing. Recovery runs aren't about speed or distance. It's like hitting the reset button for your muscles.
A reset button.
Exactly. Think of those muscles like a sponge.
Okay.
A hard workout is like soaking up all the water, and a recovery run is gently wringing it out, getting ready for the next soak.
I like that.
The runner even mentioned taking it slow, and that's key. It's about injury prevention and making sure you're coming back stronger.
So it's not about pushing to the limit every single time. It's about finding that balance between pushing your boundaries and allowing yourself to recover and rebuild.
100%.
That's something we can all apply to, well, pretty much everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of finding that balance, this runner's idea of cross-training had us, like, scratching our heads a bit.
Oh, yeah, the infamous football match.
Right. It's not exactly the first thing that comes to mind when you think marathon prep. So is this a stroke of genius or a recipe for disaster?
I love this part of the training log because it really highlights how important it is to listen to your own body and tailor your approach. This runner clearly enjoys football, and it's a great way to work different muscle groups, but they also mentioned some knee issues.
Which is definitely a sign to be cautious.
Exactly. It's about finding that sweet spot between variety and safety. Maybe dial back the intensity or explore some lower impact activities if you're feeling any twinges. It's like that old saying, work hard, play hard, but listen to your knees or something like that.
Words to live by.
Yeah.
And speaking of listening to your body, let's talk fuel. This runner meticulously plans out their gel strategy for a 16-kilometer run. We're talking specific brands, carb counts, the whole 9 yards.
Wow.
Is this standard marathon procedure, or is this runner just extra?
It might sound intense, but fueling for endurance isn't just about what you eat. It's about having a plan and trusting that it's going to work. It's that mental boost, knowing you're prepared, that can make all the difference.
So it's like packing a really good snack, like for a long road trip. You don't want to be caught off guard when hunger strikes.
Exactly. And just like finding the right snacks for your road trip, this runner experimented with different gels to find what worked best for them. It's about paying attention to the details and making adjustments along the way.
And that seems to be a recurring theme here, doesn't it? This runner is constantly adapting and tweaking their plan based on how their body responds to training. That's got to be a valuable skill no matter what your goals are.
Absolutely. It's about being flexible and responsive. That ability to course correct is crucial, whether you're training for a marathon or navigating the twists and turns of a career change.
Speaking of course correction, this runner gets some pretty specific feedback from their coach, Jen. And it seems like she's not afraid to call it like she sees it.
That's the beauty of having a coach or even just a supportive friend who can offer an outside perspective. You know, they can help you see things you might miss and provide that extra push when you need it most.
It's like having a personal cheerleader and a voice of reason all rolled into one. And that's what I find so inspiring about this whole deep dive.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's easy to look at a marathon training log and just see the miles and the splits and
Right.
just kind of be like, oh, okay. But
Yeah.
when you really dig a little deeper,
Yeah.
you realize it's about so much more than that.
Right.
It's about the mental game, the importance of support,
Yeah.
and that constant process of learning and adapting.
It's a microcosm of life, really.
Yeah.
You know, we all have those moments where we need to push ourselves to find that balance between structure and flexibility and lean on others for support.
100%. And this runner's journey,
Yeah.
even down to the detail of trying a new gel during a long run,
Right.
reminds us that those seemingly small tweaks
Totally.
can make a world of difference.
It's like finding the missing piece of a puzzle. Sometimes the smallest adjustments can unlock a whole new level of performance.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I
Yeah.
want to leave you with this.
Okay.
What small adjustment could you make in your own life to shake things up or gain a fresh perspective?
Love that.
It might seem insignificant, but you never know what kind of ripple effect it could create.
Absolutely. And remember, you don't have to go it alone. Share your journey, your challenges, your triumphs with someone you trust. You might be surprised by the insights and support you receive. That because whether we're training for a marathon or just trying to navigate the marathon that is life, we're all in this together.
Here